This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Wednesday, October the 19th. If you are new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I had to go old school, put the older webcam on. For some reason, the camera I was using, if you were watching Canucks After Dark, started to get turned into a robot. So I'm not sure if I didn't have it fully charged or something's going on with my computer. But it's okay. We always have a backup plan. And yes, so if you notice a little bit, it's a tiny bit less crisp, but hopefully it's still the same great analysis. So moderators, thank you in advance. Members, thanks to all of you. And for all of you watching, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, country, continent, or around province, country, continent, or around the world, like Anula is in Sweden, thank you for being here. I do not take you for granted, and I appreciate that you are hanging out with me tonight once again on a non-game night nonetheless. So I invite you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That way you can leave messages in the chat, and I love it when I see the chat so busy like it always is. So make sure you subscribe so you can partake in that chat. Make sure that you like this video. Like the fact that the Canucks are not losing tonight because they're not playing tonight. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not a very positive thing to say. But like the fact that we are together, I appreciate your support that way. You can always leave a donation. You can always gift memberships, which is a win-win. And you can, I keep looking at the wrong camera. I just got to look at this camera now. And you can always, what was it? Subscribe, like, donate, gift memberships, and definitely be engaged in the comment section as you always are. And don't forget, I will go for the first half or so, 15 minutes, and then I'll turn it over to you and read a lot of your comments and answer a lot of your questions. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, thank you. Make sure you rate and review the podcast on wherever you're listening as well. That would be awesome. I want to thank Lucas starting the donation train like he usually does. Lucas, from Canucks After Dark to Clay's Canucks commentary, the GLCPC always follows you, Clay. And yeah, it goes without saying, Lucas, A, thank you for the donation. B, thank you for your support as always. And you are a very loyal GLCPC member. You really are. And there are many of you on here. Like, I know Shannon watches Canucks After Dark. Harry watches Canucks After Dark. Coach Rob, Andrew, Justin, Edmund, Sidhu. There's so many. And if I don't mention your name, don't get mad. It's just because I can't mention everyone. But I know that a lot of you guys are, Peter Wynn, are in Canucks After Dark as well. So I appreciate your support of Parker and me there, and I appreciate your support here as well. Well, no Canucks game day. There's only actually 3 games in the NHL tonight. So it gives us a chance to step back after a pretty crazy start to the season. The season only started a week ago tonight, Wednesday, October the 12th. And the Canucks have played 4 times in those 7 days. In fact, they played 4 times in the 6 days. And they played Wednesday, then they had a 2-day break, then they played Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's always tough. 3 games in 4 nights is always tough, especially if it's 3 away games. And that might have played a little bit into the Canucks conditioning or lack thereof, or their lack of mental focus down the stretch of many of the games. I actually think, and you guys can tell me if you think I'm being too simplistic or not rational enough, but I actually think some of their losses have been bad luck as well. I really do. If Pettersson shoots 1 inch lower, 1 inch to the right yesterday, it's not his fault. He was awesome last night, but he moves that shot, or it comes off a stick just a tiny bit different angle, and the Canucks win that game in Columbus as opposed to losing it. And then if if the Canucks make a better play on that Gaudreau wraparound, maybe they also they also win the game for that reason. And remember, the Columbus's first goal was kind of weird. It was bouncing off of a player in front of the net, and then another guy batted out of the midair. So there's been some bad bounces for sure. But you also have to create your own luck. So I'm not going to sit here and say the Canucks are only losing because of bad luck. You have to create your own luck as well. What I want to talk about today is looking ahead to tomorrow. So tomorrow night, actually, for the Minnesota game, I am doing my first solo. I'm the first. Let's try that again. It's the first time I'm the primary host. I gotta stop looking at the camera. It's the first time I'm the primary host of the Steve Dangle Podcast Network show, Game Over Vancouver. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow night. I'm having Pete Edwards. He goes by Pete_Gas of the Canucks Speak Easy podcast, someone I really enjoy speaking with. I'm going to have him as my guest tomorrow. And so after the Minnesota game, if you want, I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about a Canucks win because I haven't done it since the very first night when I was on with Sam and Kaya. So tomorrow it's mine, Game Over Vancouver. That will be around 7:30, 7:45. So I hope you join me on the Steve Dangle Podcast Network YouTube channel, SDPN. And then I will do my own show at 11 o'clock and then get some studying and get some work done in between those two shows. So that would be tomorrow. So I hope you make plans to join me. And I hope we're talking about a Canucks win. Now, I want to talk about the lineup. And I think this will be something I'll talk about for the next 6 or 7 minutes. And then I'll turn it over to all of you. Two interesting lineup decisions yesterday. And they were stemming from, they were stemming from one forward coming back and one defenseman coming back. So up front, Ilya Mikheyev came back, so that means you had to scratch a forward. And then on the back end, Tyler Myers came back, along with Tucker Pullman, actually. So you had to figure out what you were going to do there. So let's talk about the forwards first, because I think the biggest news, aside from the game last night, the biggest news was the fact that Connor Garland did not play. So Connor Garland did not play. He was a healthy scratch. And I think Boudreau and Rutherford and Alvin, they're going to try and play it down. And they're going to try and Boudreau, he didn't call out Garland specifically, but he did say he wants guys to be held accountable. So on one hand, it's kind of strange because people would say, well, Garland is the wrong guy to scratch. He plays really hard and he's been one of our best players or one of our better players. But so I don't want to sit here and say it's not a big deal, but if he's back in the lineup and then someone else gets scratched tomorrow, then I think all will be right in the world. And if you're asking me, I'm looking at Dakota Joshua. I'm looking at Dakota Joshua as the one to be scratched. So you can't simply put Garland on the fourth line with Joshua and Lazar or whatever it may be, or Joshua. He's replaced Joshua. You can't just put him on the fourth line with Oman and Lazar, or Oman and Hoglander. So let's say Garland gets back. I would, and I talked about this last night. I don't know why they went Miller between Kuzmenko and Mikheyev when that's kind of where PD played and was practicing up until the first preseason game where Mikheyev got hurt. So if you're not going to put the Lotto line together, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, if you're not going to put the Lotto line together, I would go Pettersson between Kuzmenko and Mikheyev. I'd go Miller, Podkolzin, Garland. And then you can keep Horvat, Besser, and Pearson together. And then your fourth line, if you're scratching Dakota Joshua, could be Niels Oman and then Curtis Lazar and Niels Hoglander. That's one thing you could do. And some people might complain, why is Hoglander in the fourth line? But I'm still not sure he's playing better or he's more effective than any of the other 9 forwards. So that's what I would do. I would go PD between Kuzmenko and Mikheyev. I'd go Miller between Podkolzin and Garland. I'd go Besser, Horvat, and Pearson. Then I'd go Oman, Lazar, and Hoglander. I know a lot of people are saying they don't really like this Miller at center thing, even though he likes playing it, and I know Boudreaux likes him there. But you could reunite the Lotto line and go PD, Miller, and Besser, for instance. But then it kind of gets confusing because then you need Lazard to play as your third center and Niels Oman to play as your fourth center. So let's say you do go Lotto line and you go PD, Miller, Besser. PD and Miller can take turns taking face-offs depending on what side they're on, all that kind of stuff. Then Horvat's your second line center. So then I guess you can either put him with, maybe you put him between Kuzmenko and Mikheyev. So then your third line now becomes Lazar, Podkolzin, and Garland. And then that means your fourth line has Pearson on it with Oman and Hoglander. Pearson as a fourth liner, I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, but that's what happens when you have to play Curtis Lazar as your third center. Then one of your supposed top nine, a Podkolzin, a Pearson, has to drop down to the fourth line, and that doesn't even include Hoglander. Another way you could go with the Lotto line is Miller with Besser and PD. You go Horvat with Garland and Pearson, or Horvat with Garland and Kuzmenko, and then your third line is Lazar with Podkolzin, and then one of Pearson or Hoglander. So you see what happens, basically, or Mikheyev, I should say. You see what happens as soon as you reunite the Lotto line, then Curtis Lazar jumps up to third line center, and then one of your supposed top nine then has to drop down to the fourth line. Andrew, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but yes, you can't argue with a style that works, indeed. Let's talk about the D for a couple minutes, and then I'll turn it over to you. For defense, Pullman came back after missing a game, so that's a good thing. Tyler Myers came back for his first game of the season. That's a good thing. So you have Pullman and Myers, Hughes, OEL, and Shen. Then it became a matter of who was going to be that sixth defenseman. And it wasn't Kyle Burroughs. Maybe Burroughs got hurt in the Philly game in game number 3. We don't know. Or game number 2. Game number 3 against Washington when Kuznetsov slashed him across the face. Noah Juleson struggled a lot against Washington. So you knew it wasn't going to be him. But it was Riley Stillman. Stillman, who's played in every game this season. He actually played, and Jack Rathbone didn't. And the Jack Rathbone thing, you guys know how much I like Rathbone, how much I think he can help this team, the way he can move the puck and skate and offensive mindset. But he did not play, even though he played 5 preseason games of the 7. And even though he's been with the big club and he's on a one-way contract, he is being a healthy scratch for the first 4 games of the season. And yes, Andrew saying release the Rathbone. It sounds kind of funny. Edmund saying Rathbone should play. So I agree. I would love to see Jack Rathbone in the lineup tomorrow. We know it's not going to be Noah Juleson. Burroughs is a righty. Stillman is a lefty. So to me, it's Stillman or Rathbone. If you're going to play some combination of Myers, Pullman, and Shen on the right, and Hughes and OEL on the left, there's really only one spot until Travis Dermott comes back. When Travis Dermott comes back, that's his spot. And I think Rathbone then's got to, again, fight to get in the lineup. But I don't know why you're playing Stillman over Rathbone. I really don't. So in a perfect world, I would love to see tomorrow Hughes with Shen, OEL with Myers, and Rathbone with Pullman. If you want Rathbone with Shen as a safety net, you could go Hughes with Pullman, but I just don't think that pairing is that effective. And we know that Hughes and Shen are decent together. So there are, by the way, I saw Clay Thompson's. Yeah, no, that is a great idea, Clay, but I have done that before and I will continue to do so. I've had Lego Rocks on here. I've had the hockey guy on here. I do Canucks After Dark with Parker. And then I'm doing on the Steve Dangle show, I have Pete Gass at the Canucks Speakeasy. So collabs are something I have been doing and I will continue to do so. But that is a good suggestion. I'm halfway through. I'm going to do my sponsor read. This is your cue. So my question to you is, how would you line the Canucks up tomorrow? You can talk about specific players, specific lines, specific D pairings, but how would you assemble the lines for tomorrow? Given that the Canucks didn't practice today, we'll kind of know, I think, in tomorrow's morning skate. But how would you assemble the lines and the D pairings for tomorrow night's game, must-win game in Minnesota? Let's get to the mid-show sponsor read. Thank you to my lead sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Thank you to Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. You can sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use that link that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay, and Coach Patrick will contact you. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the code CanuckClay at checkout at vessi.ca and receive $15 off every pair of shoes that you buy. So once again, thank you to all my sponsors, and a reminder to subscribe to make sure you can comment, like the video, make donations, gift memberships, and keep commenting for sure. So let's get to some of your comments right now. Harry, will you be doing anything different for your live streams this year? Maybe different collaborations with other people that you've never put on the show yet? For the 11 o'clock ones, it's hard to get guests simply because it's 11 o'clock. And I really like this flow of the 11 o'clock show since I've started. 35 minutes, half of it me answering your questions. So I don't think I'm going to tinker too much, Harry, admittedly, with this show, the 11 o'clock show. Where I can have a bit more flexibility, and I think I will have more flexibility, is when I do Game Over Vancouver for the Steve Dangle Podcast Network. I'm laughing at Meowza's. Meowza, you can do numbers. He goes, love the viewer questions, but it's a little tough to type in line combos in chat. I agree, but you can also use numbers or spread them out, whatever it may be. But I hear what you're saying. And you don't have to just talk about line combos. You can talk about anything that you want. David says, you asked an interesting question about the Lions, although there's no doubt these Lions will have to change given that they lost, even OT, their fourth straight game. That is true. Fangirl, how many points do you think Besser gets tomorrow with family in attendance tomorrow in Minnesota? I would be happy if he gets a point and plays well, quite frankly, Fangirl. He's had a rough start to the season, to say the least. Lucas, did you hear the news about the Calgary Flames Arena news? Sounds like they're back on again. I did not know that, Lucas. Thank you. I'll have to read up on that a little bit later. Edmund, any word on the 24-hour stream again? I mentioned this last night. I had it planned for the last weekend of November, but I may move it depending on what my commitments are with the Game Over Vancouver. So we'll see. We will see. I'll have to look at that going forward for sure. Harry, I'm doing well. I hope you are well. When do you think Travis Dermott returns to the lineup? Which pairing would you see him pair with? And what can he do to help the team if he does return? I think he's still a couple weeks away considering, or maybe a week away because he's skating in Vancouver, but he didn't make the road trip. I could see him playing with Tucker Pullman on our third pairing. You go Hughes with Shen, Oyel Myers, and then Dermott with Pullman. And what he can do is he can move the puck. He has a pretty good first pass out of the zone, so maybe he helps with some of our transition. As a Raps and Leafs fan, at least one of my teams can win. That's fair. Put Pods on D. He has the mindset for it and the shot. Yeah, but does he have the backward mobility? Quite frankly. Clay, if the Canucks lose tomorrow, do you think a massive trade will happen? I don't think it'll happen tomorrow, but I think it could happen at the end of the homestand if the homestand does not go well. Sean, I'm not sure you just tuned in. I just spent 3 minutes on Rathbone. He should be playing. Yes, Lucas, I did see the reverse retro teaser. Kind of cool, even though I think we all know what it's going to end up being. All right, we got some lines. Thank you for trying it, T-God. Miller, Petey, Kuzmenko, Mikheyev, Horvat, Garland, Hoglander, Lazar, Besser, Pearson, Oman, Joshua. Okay, I hear what you're saying. So, Josh, in this scenario, who's your scratch here? Who is your scratch here? How come I can't find your healthy scratch? Oh, you missed Podkolzin. You missed Podkolzin, T-God, and I'm sure you want Podkolzin in there. Harry, will Besser get emotional if he does score a hat trick for tomorrow's game? I think so. I think he get emotional even if he scored one goal, but to get a hat trick and help the Canucks win, that would be pretty cool. Meows, I dress Rathbone tomorrow. Give him minutes or send him to Abby. I agree. What are your thoughts on the reverse retro? I think it's okay, Harry. It doesn't. I'm not super excited to rush out and buy it right away. Oh, speaking of New Jerseys. I finally have a jersey of this year's team. There it is. No name on the back. But I finally have one. My last jersey that I purchased was the Flying Skates, the Quinn Hughes one that I love wearing. But now I finally have a jersey from the season. Did not have to buy it. Was sent it to me, but that's all I can say for now. It's kind of what I teased yesterday. I can't remember if it was yesterday or Monday stream, but I'm gonna have a bit of fun with that in a few minutes. Yeah, I'll talk about that at the very end of the stream. Who'll be the first guy traded this season? Ooh, if someone gets traded, and it's a major trade. Horvat? No, I don't see that happening. Garland or Besser? I don't know. That's such a good question. So intriguing. Which goalie do I start tomorrow? If you're a coach, or I would start Demko. Start Demko. He plays better at home. Yeah, but they're not home yet, though. You need to start Demko or Martin. I think it's Demko. It's not like he played poorly, and it's not like Martin was amazing. Martin was fine. Both goalies have been okay. So I think you got to go Demko, though. Jeremy says, could the problem be team chemistry? Yeah, there's some stories that came out today that apparently there's some cliquiness or whatever. I just think they're kind of exacerbated because the team's had a poor start and is underperforming. So it could be chemistry from a standpoint they don't know each other on the ice as opposed to fighting in the locker room. Yeah, put pods in. Yeah, that's what I thought, T-God. I knew that was an honest mistake. You're a smart person. I knew that was an honest mistake. Lucas says, nice. Taylor says, love the jersey. How much did that cost? For me, nothing, Clay. And I don't even know. I think Lucas might know how much it costs in the store. Get emo on it. You know, I used to do that, at least for my kids. Is it? I don't want to say is it, because I don't mean to be disrespectful, but is it normal for anyone could do anything they want? I always talk about not judging what people do, but is it normal for a 48-year-old man to put his own name on a jersey? I don't know. What is your favorite reverse retro so far? I don't know about the ones that were leaked or ones for this year. Last year, I did like the Colorado Avalanche one for sure. I didn't mind the Kings one as well. Those are two off the top of my head that I didn't mind. Same jersey. Nice, Harry. Fangirl says, nice jersey. Thank you. It was yesterday I talked about. Okay, I'll talk about it a bit more today. Thank you. Cool jersey. I do have a Horvat. So I have the big four. I have Pettersson, Horvat, Besser, and Hughes. I think if I am going to get a name bar in this one, I think I'll get Demko because I know he's going to be here for another 5 years for sure. Thank you, Lucas. I will talk to you for sure. Thank you. Shannon, Rathbone, Horvat, and PD. Miller with Horvat and Garland. Besser with Pullman and Pearson. Not bad, Shannon. You got Horvat twice, though, and I think you have two of the defensemen up there. But that's a good shot. That's not a bad attempt. We need some more. Definitely need some more Russians in there, but not a bad attempt, Shannon. Meowza, I do have enough Canucks merch to do a video on my Canucks stuff. I actually made that part of my 24-hour live stream where I spent a good 40 minutes going through every single one of my jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies. I don't wear a lot of hats. I don't have a lot of trinkets, but it was mostly talking about jerseys, t-shirts, and hoodies. So yeah, that could be another video idea for sure. Yes, Harry, I know you asked this before I answered it. I would go Demko, I'm pretty sure. Jim Benning is back. Welcome back, Jim, if that's indeed the same Jim. I don't know enough about Scotty Barnes. I know he's a good basketball player, but Clay, that's all I know. No problem, Shannon. None of us are coaches. Jerseys cost between $150 and $250. Okay, gotcha. Clay, you should put your last name on it. So another vote. And Lucas says, yeah, it's fine. T-God, I believe we need to get rid of Besser. He could be great somewhere else. I just feel he doesn't fit well with our speed. Trade him now while he still has some value. Yeah, how much value does he have though right now? Favorite non-Canucks related video you've uploaded so far? Maybe my 2 Seahawks parody songs, because those did really well. They have 300,000 views. One of them has 300,000 views. I think the other one has 200 or so. So maybe my 2 Seahawks parody songs. Harry, I got Horvat on my jersey. The material feels nice. Ending plastic waste jerseys are nice. The players that they wore. So you have Horvat. Cool. Who do I think will win the cup? I think it's going to be Colorado or Carolina. You think PD gets over 90? Yep. I predicted... Oh, no, I predicted between 85 and 90. But I do think he's going to lead the Canucks in all scores. Lead all Canucks in scoring, I should say. Meowza, wear your name proud. Love it, love it, love it. Get Kuzmenko? Yeah, he might be one and done, though. Thank you, Lucas. Jerseys at the team store go for $200 to $280. $80 difference for name and number. Very good. Thank you for that info. Love selling them. Good. Miller, Garland, Pods, PD, Kuzmenko, Mikheyev, Horvat, Pearson, Hogs, Lazar, Aman, Joshua. So for you, you have no Miller, Garland, PD. You are missing Besser. So Bruce, I don't know if that was on purpose that you didn't have Besser in your lineup. Oh, sweet. You got a Nolan Bentham Victoria Royals jersey that you've known him since he was a kid. That's pretty awesome, Coach Rob, to have the jersey of someone that you know. Very good. Third Hughes. Yes, I'm sure that looks pretty sick, Taylor. Oh, talking about jerseys. What is your favorite non-Canucks player? I really like, I like McKinnon. Yeah, I like McKinnon. I think he's pretty amazing. Yes, I saw that. Coach Rob got you best jersey. Very cool. Get a Mikheyev jersey. Yeah, he did sign that 5-year contract. Bruce saying Besser should sit. Most surprising, I almost swore there. Surprising team so far. In a good way, Philly. In a bad way, Tampa. Get a Miller jersey. Ooh, that's risky. Yeah, get your favorite current Canucks player, Fangirl. I think a lot of people take into account someone who hopefully won't get traded or hurt. So in that case, if you think Miller's going to be around for all 7 years, you could get Miller. I think you're pretty safe with Hughes and PD, for sure. So yeah, I think Calgary looks really good. I agree with you, David. Do you think the Canucks can end the losing streak versus Minnesota? Absolutely, Anthony. Lucas is going to get a custom reverse retro. Nice. Jersey sold at the team store is a better quality than jersey sold at retail. If you can afford those prices, the team store jerseys are the way to go. Personal reason why I go custom, don't want to regret buying a player that won't be here. That is a totally fair reason, Lucas. Shannon, now all I need is number 40 jersey, and Coach Rob and Andrew could get me this one. Whoa. Throwing down the challenge there. Put Ninja Storm Ranger form. I don't even know what that means. Was that even English? I think the safest bet of a jersey choice would be Hughes. Yeah, entering year 2 of his 6-year deal. PD, however, after this contract ends, he will still be a restricted free agent. So you're good for another 2 years now, and then probably another multi-year contract. Coach Rob says he might buy Shannon jersey or get Charlie to spend some of his cat money and buy Shannon jersey. That'd be very impressive if your cat was able to buy a jersey, Shannon. That is impressive. Clay, I usually go with a number that is close to my heart. I go with 92 since my birth year. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, your birth year, my grad year. That means I'm 18 years older than you. Would I rather see the Leafs win a cup or Vegas? Oh my gosh. What are you doing to me, Clay? I don't want Vegas to win a cup because of the circumstances they came in and because they're in our division. if Toronto wins a cup, some media and some fans are going to be so hard to cope with. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'll go Toronto if I had to pick one of those two. Wow. Favorite video you've posted with your kids in it? Many, but I think the Ultimate Canucks Haiku or the emo documentary back in the day, those were pretty fun. Okay, thank you. I know I've never watched Power Rangers, Riley, so I have no clue what you're talking about. Fangirl says LA Women's Hoops, a Canucks Adidas jersey is selling for $80 Canadian online, but is it any good? Mialza, I won 3 signed jerseys last year from Canucks Autism Network draw. PD, Sedin, and Sedin. Always enter Canucks draws, people. That's really cool. Those are 3 pretty sweet jerseys to win for sure. That's cool. Clay, good choice. That is why you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. And I'll get back to your Instagram messages later, I promise. You see the slogan, the reverse retro, no repeats? Yes. And it certainly got a lot of comments for sure. Yeah, go ahead. Post the link. That's fine. Thank you for asking, but go ahead. Some of the online jerseys are counterfeit. That's true, too. That's true. No, Riley, I have not yet seen the picture of your new baby ducks and chickens, but that's pretty cool that you have new baby ducks and chickens. I hope that's what's on the picture when I open it. I trust that it is. Yeah, Clay, we haven't even got NHL 23 yet, but we've played some basketball games before. We enjoy basketball. We play it. We understand it, but we don't buy it a lot for video games, quite frankly. Interesting question from Fangirl. Do you think the Sedins had twin telepathy? Or how do you say it? Telepathy? Telepathy? They seem to know where they were on the ice. Well, if it wasn't that, it was certainly the experience. And they're both such brilliant hockey players, and they grew up playing with one another. So whether you call it that or ESP or twin powers, whatever it is, Sedinery, it was very special. Lucas says, yeah, that's a good point. If it's a deal looks too good to be true, it could be a fake jersey. Zal, who's sitting tomorrow? I think it's Joshua, and I think it's Stillman. So you bring in Garland back for Joshua, and you bring in Rathbone for Stillman. I am going to... Okay, Taylor's missing the Zines. And last question. If you get rid of one Canucks player right now, who would it be? Yeah, without sounding like a jerk, if you look at contract and ability, I think it would be Tucker Pullman. Tucker Pullman would be my choice. Very good. I'm going to wrap it up here, but I will say this. For the next 3 minutes, I'm going to let you guess as to why I cut my hair yesterday, aside from wanting to look better, and it was getting long, why I was sent to New Jersey to take pictures in. And if I see, I won't say if you're right, but if I see the correct answer in the chat, you may be eligible. I may send you a van-based gift card. So your guess is, I basically teased something yesterday that I was going to be a part of, and I got my haircut for it to take some pictures. Now you know that the team sent me a jersey to take these pictures in me wearing this jersey. So what do you think, be specific, what do you think it could be for? And if you get it right, I will send one person who gets it right a $25 van-based gift card. But I can't talk about it until it actually happens. So you just have to trust me on this one. You're welcome, Clay. No, BX is going to be on November 3rd, Shannon, not the home opener. Rai says he's proud to call me friend. Thank you. Ditto. Real Theory says only 77 more players, only meetings for 78 points on the season. Hope we get more than that. Clay says, a photo shoot for a secret project. Yes, but what would that secret project be? Real Theory says, Clay emo reverse retro model incoming. So remember, I'm not going to say yes or no. I'm just going to highlight what you're saying. Paul says reverse retro photo shoot. Taylor says jersey photos. Zal said tryout for the Devils, carry on the tradition of no long hair. Sean says reverse retros. Anthony says Canucks advertisement. Fangirl says a secret project, maybe for the home opener. Jeremy, to raise awareness for cancer research. I like that. Coach Rob says you're going on Sportsnet. Lucas says a third jersey photo. Clay says you're going to be posted on Canucks social modeling the jersey. Miaza, you're traded to the Devils for Luke Hughes. Sean, reverse retro jersey photo shoot. You guys, I love you guys, but why is everyone guessing reverse retro? Because this is the one that I wore. And this is not a reverse retro. This is the current team jersey. So, good. I love the guesses, but I can tell you it's not reverse retro related. Christmas jerseys for all the jingles. Canucks home opener Jumbotron video. More trying out for the Devils. Photo shoot for reverse retro. Home opener has to be a home opener spot. Japan home opener video. Well, a lot of good guesses, but I can't even tell you if one of you were right or not. But I appreciate the trust that you have in me to think that the Canucks would even, engage me for many of those things that you mentioned. So thank you. I'm going to leave it there. A couple more, Clay. You're going to be a host for the Canucks. Anna, Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Coach Rob, you're going to sing the anthem at the home opener. I tell you, it's not that one for sure, because I want people to stay for the game. Real Theory Clay, Emil's playing the national anthem. That's a little bit more realistic. And lastly, and then I will wind up, will we find out before or after the home opener? My guess, it's going to be just after that weekend. Just after that weekend. So there's a big guess. All the home opener guesses maybe are incorrect. But thank you. That was a lot of fun. That was probably a little bit show-offy, but who cares? That's never stopped me before. And I thank you for all of your good guesses. Shannon's the best. You're going to have your own photo up at the arena like some of the people that have retired. And then Sadhu, you're going to be the arena host for a game. Anthony, maybe Clay just want to get some pictures done. All great answers. And Bruce, Ronald McDonald House with the Canucks. All great answers. I cannot confirm or deny any of them. Thanks, friends, especially those of you who did double duty, Canucks After Dark and this show. Tomorrow, I'll be doing double duty. I'll be doing Game Over Vancouver for the Steve Dangle Podcast Network at the conclusion of the game. And then I'll have my own show at 11 p.m. So to everyone that was here tonight, thank you. Moderators, thank you for always being so willing to serve. Members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks to all of you. And to my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Vancity Experts Real Estate, my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Thanks to everyone who subscribed during the stream, who liked the video. You can still do that, by the way. Thanks for the donation, Lucas. And thanks to all of you for engaging so well in the comment section. Tomorrow night, Vancouver Canucks, Minnesota Wild, 0-3-1 versus 0-3. Yet another team will break their winless streak and join the win column for the very, very first time this season. Okay, friends, thank you for being here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I saw my math teacher this is back in high school, obviously. I saw my math teacher walking down the hallway, and he was holding up some graph paper. I thought to myself, he must be plotting something. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.